The Trump administration looking to stockpile up to 1 billion barrels of oil. This with the unpredictability of the price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia. Now, many think it will take a lot more than filling reserves to save the industry. And on that, I'd like to bring in North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer. Senator, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you for the opportunity, as always, Charles.
Yeah, we've marveled at our fracking miracle, the jobs that it's created, pushing down oil prices, making the American economy hum. And now we're in a position where a lot of those companies are in very precarious positions. They were already in a precarious position even before this crazy war between Russia and Saudi Arabia. Give us an assessment of where that industry is, particularly because your state has done so well because of this boom.
There's no question, Charles. You've defined it perfectly. And I would say if you're a multinational that's heavily vertically integrated all the way through the supply chain, all the way to the point of refining your own oil, you're probably in okay shape, particularly if you have a lot of cash. But for the companies that do a lot of work in North Dakota and other parts of our country, the independents in particular, they're heavily leveraged. They probably need a debt restructuring. And we've already had a major company, Whiting Oil, that declared bankruptcy here in North Dakota last week. I'd say precarious is exactly the right word, and we need to find a way for them to get from here to the other side. But in the meantime, we also have to do something about this price war that you referenced between Saudi Arabia and Russia. And I know that there's an emergency OPEC meeting on Thursday. Let's hope that goes well and that we can see some supply cuts.
Now, the narrative on that, that price war was Saudi Arabia it wanted Russia to make some cuts. Putin and his oil minister were offended at the way it was presented to them. They didn't respond, so Saudi Arabia decided to open the spigots to force their hand. But others believe that both of these countries, in a certain kind of way, are both deliberately trying to hurt this American fracking miracle because it has done neither one of them any good to see us become such a dominant producer.
Well, no question about that. I don't believe either country has well intentions for the United States and for the fracking industry here. And in fact, I think they're taking advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic crisis that we're all in, thinking that they can break us. And they may be able to, but we do have a few tools in our own tool chest, not the least of which is one of Donald Trump's favorites, and that's tariffs on their oil. We still are the biggest consumer of oil in the country. Even with our 12 to 13 million barrels a day of production, we still use another 4 or 5 million barrels above that. So we're still a big operator. The other thing, Charles, that we have, of course, is we have 2,500 troops and several missile defense batteries in Saudi Arabia protecting their oil assets from Iran. I don't know why we continue to do that. If it was up to me, we'd pull them out right now, which is why Senator Sullivan and I have a piece of legislation to do exactly that.
Before I let you go, I used to live in North Dakota. I was stationed in Minot. Why not Minot? Freezing's the reason. How are the people doing there? I found the folks in North Dakota to be amongst the friendliest I've ever met.
They're friendly. They're always eternally optimistic. We're agrarians, of course, by our roots, and the oil and gas industry fits right in with our farmers and ranchers. They know how to supply a lot of stuff for a hungry world and a growing economy. They're going to hang in there. They're optimistic people, common sense people. But we need these really good paying jobs to continue in this country, because if this continues, and let's say OPEC and Russia breaks the United States, the next thing you're going to see is not $1.50 gasoline. It's going to be $5 gasoline when they get that monopoly back that they miss and probably long for.
Absolutely. Senator Cramer, thank you very much.
Visit mine when this is all
Coming
over.
up next,
we'll show
folks,
you around the Bakken.
I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out. I know a lot has changed since 1980. All right. Hey, coming up, folks.